Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Mind, a new game which comes out today by Starny Games. It's the fourth game in the Strategic Mind series, and it's a turn-based war game kind of in the vein of Panzer General. You have core units which you carry over battle to battle throughout the Second World War. Those units gain experience, they can be upgraded, they can be lost, and you really want to shepherd those forces through a variety of historical-based scenarios. The game also includes some interesting sort of campy dialogue with 3D historical figures with somewhat ahistorical dialogue, but it's still really entertaining. And it also has a really unique feature that I think is different from a lot of these types of games, where you don't just upgrade the actual overall unit from one type of armor to the other, but you also manage different equipment upgrades and things like that. And it's really interesting and entertaining, I think. If the game has one fatal flaw, it's that I think the map design doesn't do a good enough job of having units pop. So it's got a 3D map with 3D units, which look fine, but the problem is it's often really easy to lose your units in the map and not really know what you've done, what you haven't, where the units are. Being able to keep a close eye on what the situation is on the map is really challenging in this game compared to comparable other titles like in the Panzer Corps series. With that being said, I did enjoy my stream from the other night on my Twitch channel, which this is taken from. We're picking up where we left off. It's the first battle of the British campaign. There's two campaigns in this game, an American one where you play as Eisenhower and a British one where you play as General Alexander. We're playing the first scenario in the British campaign, which is the Allied Saar offensive into Germany, that sort of half-started offensive that didn't really do much. But yeah, that's the first battle in the British campaign, and we're picking this up where we left off the other night. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of this in the comments below. I actually found myself kind of enjoying this by the end of all of this, and would be happy to play more, but I'm curious what all of you think and what you'd like to see. With that being said, let's jump back into the live stream and see how things play out. Move our armor here, and then we can bombard from a distance. Interestingly enough, whatever that enemy unit is there didn't shoot at my artillery or tanks. My tanks in here, or infantry in here. What is this? Yeah, that looks like an artillery unit. 105 millimeter. 1 to 3 though, I'll attack that with my infantry. Oh, I didn't even realize there's enemy infantry on my front. But they're really weak, so it looks like they're going to surrender. Yeah, Pone, it's similar, I would say, to Panzer General in a lot of respects. Artillery move here to support. I don't know if any enemy armor is going to come down from the north, so I'm going to keep these guys around just in case. Guard for a counterattack on the right flank. The only question is if my one armor and infantry unit and one recon unit are going to be enough to take this airfield. But all we have right now, primary objective, capture this airfield. Secondary objective, avoid heavy casualties, which so far we've managed to do, although we did lose about half this Bofors unit, so it could be destroyed. The enemy hits it hard with artillery this next turn. We're going to be moving into the night phase, by the way. So that German fighter unit was apparently ambushed by some, I guess they were trying to land on a French airfield or something, but it was destroyed. All right, the French are going to go. I don't really care about them. All right, September 12th, and now it's nighttime. Oh, I forgot about our armor here on the left. All right, I guess we'll attack this town here and then maybe bring us into the rear of the airfield. The enemy infantry's down to 4 hit points. Try and wear them down with some artillery. Zero to 3, I'll take that. So we just destroyed the enemy infantry unit. Then, wow, nice zoom in to see nothing. But we did destroy that enemy infantry unit here on the airfield, so we can move in and take the airfield.
We took the Bradford airfield, General Brooke.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we got a whole bunch new tactical air. We got 3 more, or 2 more Bristol Blenheims and another Hurricane.
Your next target is to approach the Siegfried Line by capturing the key points close to it. The cities of Rubenheim, Mandelbachtal, Ormesheim, and Hallberg.
Okay, so it looks like the entire focus of our advance shifts left, away from where a big chunk of my troops are. Most of my troops are on the right flank, not on the left. Presumably defending against an enemy counteroffensive, which might come down here. All right, these guys got reinforcements just by sitting and waiting, I guess, so that's good. Let's bring this armor left, I guess. I think we've got an anti-tank gun still sitting in this town. We do. And an infantry unit, so they can stay where they are. Move the other units left. This infantry has a truck, so I'm actually going to swing them in that direction and move these troops who don't have mobile support into this town as more of a static defense unit. You're digging the soundtrack? Nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, so we have 4 more secondary objectives to take. These towns. All right. Good news is the French have almost taken one of them. I don't know if we lose points if the French take them or not. Boom! Got him. And we took that town. For the British. That was easy. Alright, so we've got troops here. The enemy artillery still hanging out there. There's also some enemy armor to the north here. It looks like some Panzer IVs. I don't know what else is up there. Can't really tell. I'd rather reinforce these guys. Is there an option to do that, or do I just wait? Don't really like some of the mechanics in the game where it doesn't make things very clear. The UI is a little bit clunky and confusing at times. HQ button on the unit panel. Reinforcements. Reinforcements during the operation cost 50% of the unit's price. Okay. And I can't really see what's going on. We're going to end this turn. I think I moved all the units I needed to move this turn. That artillery hit our Daimlers. They did a little bit of damage there. Some enemy reinforcements appear to be moving in on the airfield. Did a little bit of damage, not too much. But there's quite a few of them coming in here. So pretty strong enemy counterattack developing in and around the Beaufort airfield. All right, French, keep doing your thing.
The Germans are counterattacking.
Yep, here we go. Germans are counterattacking. Looks like they found their fighting skills. Requesting permission to break some teeth. Make it so, Montgomery. Remind the Germans of the fear we put in their grandfathers back in 1918. Okay. All right, so let's use our bombers here. Are these anti-air? No, they're just dug in artillery. Let's use our bombers here to hit these recon vehicles in the open. 5-1, I'll take that. Zero to 3 against this enemy artillery. Zero to 4 against this enemy armor. So those are 3 bomber units. We can finish off this recon unit with our fighter, presumably. Well, maybe not, but they're running away at least. Maybe do some damage to this enemy armor with our fighter. I don't want to take those losses here. So we've also got artillery. But their artillery seems to be better. All right, let's move our armor up here to engage this enemy artillery. Actually, before we do that, what can our infantry do here? 2 to 1. Take 0 to 3. We'll destroy the enemy artillery here. We didn't finish him off, huh? Our infantry will. Move our armor in here to attack the enemy armor. All right, got our infantry to force them to surrender. Move our own armor into this town to hold it. So there is some enemy infantry to the north here. Let's go finish off these recon vehicles. They surrender. My artillery into the airfield to hold it. We've got to go take these other objectives. I guess we can swing north and then west along this roadway. So why don't we do that? I'll take a risk and throw these guys on trucks. I think we probably took the heart out of the enemy counteroffensive. That may be a bad assumption, but I'm going to gamble. Bombard those enemy troops, then throw our artillery on trucks and drive away. My anti-aircraft units up here to the left as well. Do I command the French units now? No. Why was it showing me French units? Maybe it was units pulling off that depot. I think our air units have all attacked. Most of our units have all moved. The only units who haven't, I think, are the ones based over here on the left flank. And I don't know what might come down from the north, so I'm going to keep holding them in position there. It's only 2 units. This armored unit has not really moved. So I guess we'll swing it up north here to this other objective. Take care of that minefield. We'll take 1 casualty doing it. So everybody but the German infantry here has been destroyed, but we've repelled 2 of the 3 German counterattacking units. Yeah, we got plenty of time here. I mean, this is a long opening scenario, but I don't know, maybe they're assuming some base knowledge or whatever. Seems kind of big for the SAR offensive, which wasn't known for being the most, you know, we're going to land, by the way, some of these aircraft that are a little bit lower on fuel. Can these guys land here? Those Bristols? Who's low on fuel? These guys are. The SAR offensive wasn't known for being that big of a thing, but hey, you go with what you've got. So we'll end the turn here. Get our guys a resupply. Well, we've been going for all our secondary objectives, Sean Max, so I think we're doing pretty well in terms of that. Yeah, you're right. I'm assuming they have long-term campaign impacts. But so far, we've done what we need to do on the secondaries. We took care of the minefield. We took that one town before the French. You know, I'm working on repelling the German counterattack. I hope they give me more than one turn. I didn't have anything more I could attack with. Panzer Corps turned the Saar offensive into 4 missions? I can't imagine that, Lake. Panzer Corps 2 didn't even have an allied campaign yet, right? Isn't it only the Germans so far? It's raining, so I'm assuming I can't use my Air Force again. Or maybe I can. Maybe they're just less effective. Go bomb the Germans. Anything to gain more experience, sir? I'm just gonna pound this infantry into dust. My goal is to get as much experience in these early battles as possible with limited casualties. And I'm assuming air attack versus ground attack doesn't really make a difference as far as the game is concerned when it comes to experience. I could be wrong there. My artillery is going to bombard them into dust. I mean, Sean Mack, that may be your opinion. What I will say is, though, that at least in the case of Panzer Corps 2, I do think the UI and the general look of the game is a little bit better. Again, this map, it's just not very, it's very jarring. Not gonna lie. All right, let's get our artillery up there to support the attack on this town. We're not going to be able to get to it this turn. I'm hoping the enemy doesn't have much more in the way of... is this more artillery? It is. In the way of units that I have to worry about, like sneaking in and taking some of these objectives, because I'm pretty much pulling all my troops north. Minefield here to the south. Take care of that. Okay. I don't like the idea of having my Chrysler or my Daimler holding an objective. Got another infantry unit around here that we haven't used, right? Or did they all move? I'm gonna gamble and leave have this one infantry unit move back south into the airfield, but we'll give them a turn. Interesting, Sean. I have not played the Japanese camp or the Pacific version of the game. That's interesting that they've got a good mechanic for the experience. All right, Matilda's bombard at a distance. Thanks for the follow, the Brown Recluse. I'm just wondering if the French are going to take these other objectives before us and what the impact of that is. But that's going to do it for this turn. I also like how at the end of every phase, the troops dig in. I do think that's a good idea. Yeah, there's also heroes in this, like there are in, I believe, Panzer General, and those have a big impact on terms of unit performance. Okay. So we're now in the night phase. Let's get our Daimler up around here. See if we can't recon. All right, so they detected, but they can't see what it is. My infantry, really? I still can't see what it is. I don't want to attack an unknown target, but if I bombard them, the bombardment's not going to be anywhere near as effective. All right, we'll move our artillery forward to support attacks on either towns. They're going to be behind some French units here, so they should be hopefully protected from any enemy sally. A sudden attack. I mean, we're at least doing a bunch of damage to their entrenchments. All right, I took some casualties there with my infantry moving forward. We're gonna have all of our air units land just to rearm and refuel them at night. And I don't have anything holding this objective. I'm just hoping that nothing comes by. We'll see. It's going to do it for the PM phase. So they did move out and attack my troops that were mounted up. The French at least are helping to counter them.
Anti-aircraft overwatch fire. It is costly to attack the enemy positions protected by anti-aircraft units. Try making a preliminary attack on the enemy anti-aircraft units.
All right, so it doesn't want me to bomb these troops because they're within enemy flak radius, but I don't need to worry about that right now because I'm focusing on this other town up here. So let's get our air units up. Maybe we'll just focus on this town and then bombard it into dust, and then let the ground units focus on the flak. All right, so we finished that enemy infantry off, forced them to surrender, and took the objective. 2 more objectives to go. We used 2, I think, of our... Oh, we used all 3 Bristols. All right, so we also have some artillery here that is within range of enemy infantry that moved out into the open. All right, I'm going to pull some of these guys back. All right, so we drove that enemy unit back, bombard it with more artillery here. Did we destroy it? I didn't quite see.
Fuel tanks are almost empty. If the unit is within the supply zone, fuel will be resupplied at the end of turn.
We'll demine that. Move these troops down here. Is this objective empty? Shit. The French are gonna get it. I'm not sure it matters. I could move my artillery in here and take the objective. I'm just worried about putting it directly adjacent to an enemy flak battery. -2 entrenchments. Did they get stuck or what happened there? Is it just the terrain? Oh, my recon vehicle can go into that town. Although it is going to be adjacent to an enemy 88, which may be foolish. We'll see. Anyway, we took the 6th of the 7th objective, so there's one more enemy objective up here to the north. Moving into slightly more dubious supply surroundings to attack this enemy unit up here. It looks like there's another airfield down here. But I think that's it for this turn. So let's move forward to the next turn. And so their flak did attack, although it looks like it attacked the enemy air force. The French are moving now. They've kind of slowed down a lot. The French were very aggressive the first few turns, but now they're much more passive. There is a flak 88 here, but I'm going to go ahead and bombard it with artillery rather than air. So we'll hit it with 2 artillery units. It doesn't have the range that my units do. Then we'll move some infantry up here to finish it off. And we destroyed it. We can move our Daimler in here to take the airfield for us. So we've got one enemy infantry unit, it looks like. That might be it for the enemy units here. We'll move our artillery units here forward to try and get them back into range of the enemy. Move our armor up here. No line of fire, huh? Terrain's going to make it difficult to attack at range. I think there's no enemy anti-aircraft here, so we'll just bomb these guys. Does look like they might be in forts by the looks of it. But that's why you got the Air Force. You dig them out of their holes. You can see we're doing we're doing entrenchment damage to them as well as damaging the enemy unit. So we get a 0-4 attack with our infantry after those 3 air bombardments. Move our armor in here and finish them off. Close quarter fighting with the armor, which isn't really what you want, but it's okay. Move our anti-tank gun in here and take the objective. All the regional key points have been captured, General Brooke. My forces are at the Siegfried Line.
Can't say the same about our allies.
God, this game's just going to be all ripping on the French, isn't it?
At the Warren Forest, and during their advance north of Bleebrook, doesn't look like there's much fight left in them now. Orders from up top are to dig in and await further instruction. General Alexander, your leadership at Saarland was downright exemplary.
More XP if I had taken that last objective, so I should have waited and taken it before winning the battle.
We have to cooperate closely with the French.
All right, so that battle's over. We get a golden victory, which I'm assuming is a good one. 348 victory points total, 2,059 prestige. We get the Médaille Militaire, which is a +2 soft attack to the HQ unit granted by France. So we get an award there. You can see that we killed 2 tanks, 1 recon, 1 anti-aircraft, 2 artillery, 16 infantry, 2 fighters, 1 tactical bomber. We lost nothing, and we gained a fair bit of prestige there. So can we can return to the game? Okay, we can do that. Do I have anything that can move forward? We do. We do have a recon unit here that can move forward and take that last objective. +10 prestige. Is that it? Is there anything else worth taking? I mean, we could fight these other German units to the north. I don't know if that would gain us anything, but it looks like that's the last. Oh no, there's one other town down here. I don't know that I really want to like find the last enemy unit for more VP, but up to you. I mean, am I going to get anything more worthwhile, I guess, if we keep fighting? I mean, I guess we can go with mop-up operations. Why not? This will be another objective down here. What is this up here? Victory progress? So that's like up to 400 what? Where are our fighters, by the way? Are they still sitting back in the airfield? Yeah, let's go see what's over here. A bunker. I strafed a bunker. I don't think that's going to do me much good. I'm assuming these might actually both be bunkers then. Yeah. Why would I need to touch the command points, Lake? By the way, I did use command points. I did reinforce one unit with them. Like, what do you want me to... And I did do one recon with them. We'll do one more turn to swing down and take this last German town, I guess. Can I move any of these guys? Everybody's already moved. All right, let's have our aircraft fly back to the airfield.
Your aircraft is running out of fuel. In order to refuel, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within a supply zone. Carrier-based aviation can use carriers as an airfield.
Yep, thanks, game. I'm glad that even though you can't attack during the day, you can refuel and fly around at night. I do think that is a nice little capability, if you will. All right, I'll move my artillery down here. We'll at least gain more experience by bombarding these guys into dust. So, like, in theory, if we continue this series in this campaign, it'll set us up better for future success to give them some more experience. So we'll end that turn. September 19th. Mopping up operations. I guess I'll just move these guys adjacent. They have to attack to see what the enemy is. I don't want to do that though. Oh, I guess I could have detected him with bombing. I guess that works as well as a recon strike. In any event. All right, so they're going to run away, and then my infantry can't reach them yet, I guess.
Enemy supply point is now in your hands, but it has been completely destroyed. You'll be able to use it to supply our troops only after it has been repaired. Infrastructure restores 20% of its HP at the end of each turn.
Interesting. So when I bomb those bases, it damaged the supply point, and so I can't use that for logistics moving forward for a little while. That's actually kind of neat. There's a minefield. I wonder if these quick firing guns can do anything versus the bunkers. Air Force strafed him and finished him off. The French Air Force, that is. Our artillery can actually move pretty damn quick to the east, so we can probably get them there to finish off that last enemy bunker. I don't really know how impactful that is in terms of like experience gained or other things like that. We'll move them that way. Let's go land these guys so they can refuel. Then they'll head to the bunkers to bomb them. I think I've got time. Go land our fighters. You know, there's enemy bunkers here. And the turn. I don't think the enemy has anything except these individual bunkers. So can I bomb at night? I can bomb at night. Presumably it's much less effective. Whoever said you can't do air operations at night, you were wrong. No idea how much damage we're doing. Let's keep moving those infantry that way. Artillery. Just got to keep them all in supply. All right, so we'll end that turn, move forward to the next. The night airstrikes are ridiculously random. I would believe that. Oh, and now it's raining. God damn it. Although it looks like we're still wearing those bunkers down a bit. Hey, I'll just take the experience. I mean, getting that extra experience for my bombers, probably a nice little thing to have. Bombard with our quick-firing anti-tank guns. Mop up with our infantry. I feel like if you play this right, you will never... Are they really still at 5? I thought they were down to 2. I'm not sure I read that right. I feel like if you play this right, you will never... Or maybe that was destroyed. I can't really tell. If you play this right, you will never, like, your infantry will never get experienced. Did I leave one of the artillery units behind? Okay, end the turn. Hopefully it stops raining by the afternoon here. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Bun Bun. Appreciate the support. Clickbait1, thanks for the follow. Argots, thank you for the follow. All right, so daytime, or it is still day, and the rain has stopped. That fort appears to be gone. I'm confused. Because it's still there, physically. Well, we destroyed this fort completely. Why can't we bomb this one? We also can't apparently get rid of the... Won't let me move into the hex either. I don't know why. Alright, let's get rid of those mines. Oh, it's mine? Okay. I didn't realize it was mine, and but it is down here on the unit panel. So I think the enemy's totally dead. I don't think there's any enemy units left. I'm surprised the game doesn't end though. Like what is it waiting for? I know we already technically kept fighting. All right. Victory progression 4. So we actually get Lieutenant General, the number of command points 30. We get the Medellin Military, which is +2 soft attack to the command HQ, and the Knight Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of Saint Michael and Saint George, +2 command points. All these 2 awards on the left and right here, Lieutenant General and the Knight's Grand Cross, we both got after the victory had already been won. So we get an absolute victory here. So we'll finish the operation.
Gentlemen, how would you evaluate
Winston
the outcome of
Churchill.
the SAR offensive?
We have achieved all of our objectives. I deem this operation a success.
But did we go far enough? Why did we not capitalize on our advance? We could have kept the pressure on the Germans. Instead, we retreated.
Prime Minister Chamberlain was hoping for a diplomatic solution. He wanted to use the Germans as a weapon against the USSR. My attempts to convince him otherwise bore no fruit. He has made a mistake. You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth.
Voice is not anywhere near grumbly enough to be Churchill. Also, no cigar and no whiskey?
Indeed. The USSR has revealed itself to be another great predator of this continent.
And all the while, the army is in decay. There's nothing worse for a fighting man than a long absence of action.
Perhaps. But the conditions are not there for a successful offensive in Europe. Our troops are insufficient. Our communication with the French is far from perfect. The only rational move is to strengthen our defenses and prepare for the worst.
That's not very optimistic, is it? Are you suggesting we sit and wait and give the Germans even more time to prepare an attack against France?
So, like, this is all feels very ahistorical. I don't think there were massive calls on the British side to be like, attack Germany directly, even from Churchill.
And we wait.
He was very concerned about another trench warfare scenario. But with that being said, guys, that's the end of the first battle. I don't know if it's really a tutorial, but the first look at the British campaign in Strategic Mind, Fight for Freedom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. What I will say is, in my opinion, this is the part where the game kind of differentiates itself from other games like this. This is a period where you can upgrade your own commander. You can upgrade your units as you can in any other game like this, but then you can also sort of customize your units, giving units different sort of makeups, having them have mechanized transport to support their infantry moving quickly, having mortars to give your units better attack values, having machine guns to giving your units certain combat bonuses. You can have bombers equipped with different types of ordnance, premium ordnance that costs prestige, all of these kind of things. So it's a really different look in the sort of Panzer General style of game. And I think that's where this game kind of stands out between the voice acting stuff, which is just fun, and then the customization of your core. I think it really adds a different dynamic to this game. And, you know, I'm kind of regretting not playing more of the earlier games in the series because I do think it's pretty cool the way that some of these gameplay mechanics work. That being said, that's going to do it for today's episode. Let me know if you want to see more of this game in the comments below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm out.